Hey guys, it's Duke, and welcome to a new series on the channel. This is a creative Let's Build, and I am very excited for what you should expect in today's video. This is a new series. I've done something like this in the past with Duke Builds Creatively. I don't think I'm going to title this Duke Builds Creatively for the fact that people are going to expect that to be the same world, the same sort of thing. But that's not at all what this is. This is going to be a completely different type of series, really. It's going to be a lot of building. Snow slash weather clear. Man, that was going to get kind of horrible recording conditions. But yeah, this is new. We're going to be doing some pretty amazing stuff, guys. I'm really excited to dive into this. But what's different from this series than other series is, first of all, we're on a snapshot, so that'll be pretty fun to work with. And we're back in the normal texture pack, so there is no BOO texture pack like it did in Duke Builds Creatively. And this is going to be more of a let's build. Rather than doing a whole bunch of little projects, we're going to be doing a whole bunch of time lapses, a whole lot of, earth-shattering like changes, and you guys should really expect a lot from this series. I think it's going to be great, and I hope you guys are excited as I am to dive right into this. So here we go. Welcome to the series. So I've done this a little bit already, and what I'm doing right here is I'm going to be transforming this area into an entirely different biome. So, there's a lot of stone, and stone's great and all, but sometimes it just doesn't work, man. I just don't feel like it looks good, and there's a point where a lot could be done, and we're given these new concrete blocks in the snapshots in what is going to be Minecraft 1.12. So there's a lot of new opportunities with these new blocks. I mean, they look completely different than anything we've ever had outside of hardened clay. We don't have blocks that are these sort of very simple, very colorful designs. I mean, the hardened clay, it is a simple block. The texture is very smooth and stuff like that, but hardened clay, it has that tint to it. It has that orange tint to it, so you're not going to be able to get some of the vibrant colors that you get with the concrete. And what I'd like to do in this series is transform a lot of different biomes into an entirely different area. So that is sort of the main goal for, I don't know how long of this series, but for a few episodes or so, we're going to be transforming this area around here into something you've never seen before. A lot of concrete, a lot of new types of structures. Maybe we'll try to bring in some biomes that don't exist in Minecraft. We might get some, very interesting type of mesa rather than just the traditional mesa that you get in Minecraft. Maybe a mesa with some cool stuff. We've got this sort of different color mountain range I'm building right now. I'm just taking the normal mountain range, I'm replacing some of it with the concrete, and we're making the mountains this sort of darker stone, and I think it's gonna look really cool in the end. I'm going for a fact of trying to use concrete a lot, trying to include concrete as much as I possibly can in just about every location, and I think it'll allow for a nice, cool sort of spin on the series to reimagine the world of Minecraft in rather than the normal stone, the normal dirt. And it'll almost be like a concrete paradise. So the whole thought that it's concrete won't be very nice to think about, but the fact that we're going to make it look good may change your mind on that. You may end up really liking it in the end, and I hope you guys will. Nevertheless, I'm going to speed up a little bit of a time lapse here. We're going to go around. We're going to completely change sort of this area right in here. We might get some of this as well, but nevertheless, expect some great stuff, guys, because I have some really cool things planned, so hope you enjoy. You know, guys, the more and more I work on this, the more I realize how much I like it. I mean, I think it transformed the landscape so much into something so beautiful that it's just giving me so much inspiration for these next couple episodes in the series. Like, I think we continue on a path like this, with ideas like this. We're gonna come up with some great stuff. And let's talk about a little bit what I've done, because there might be a few things you're a little bit confused about. And we should just go over that. So first of all, we have these little areas down here where there's the concrete powder rather than the normal concrete, and that is where dirt was within the stone. There's a patch over there, and there's some more on the other side of the mountains here. I feel like it works really well because it allows to break up the very, very similar yet beautiful design that these mountains have. They bring in a little bit of something extra, and I think it's for the best because it stays with, you know, what we have here. It's not too different. Yeah, it looks a little bit sandy or something, but the thing is, since these are basically what happens to be the same block, you know, when it gets wet, I think it fits really well. And we have this little cave right here, which I blocked off. I don't know if I plan on going all the way down and fixing that off, but I might. From the outside here, you really can't tell. So that's a nice thing, because if you're far enough away from it, it just looks like a hole. You see, it's really nice. And yeah, something that I've sort of been realizing the more and more I work on this is I almost want to turn it into my map. I almost want it to be a map. I've always considered this, guys. I feel like I'm an alright builder, and I've always had those great survival builds, and in Duke Builds Creatively I did some stuff that was alright, and you know, it was all cool and things, but I've never published a map. I've never, you know, sent out any sort of world that I've worked in and turned it into something that other people can play on. But I almost feel like if I do this right, which I sure hope I do, I could end up making this something that I'd want other people, other Minecraft players, to experience for themselves. Now, I don't know. You guys are going to have to give me some feedback there, because as it's something I've never done before, it might flop. People might be like, yeah, this is great and all, I'm happy with what you've been doing, but I don't see the purpose of playing on it myself. So maybe we could really transform the landscapes, get some great, beautiful builds in here. Maybe set up a little bit of a story for it. You know, why not? It could be something completely new. Maybe you guys should leave me some ideas for like a story that I could implement into this world in the comments below. What a great place for that. It's very easy access for me to contact and talk to you guys. Also, I have a Twitter, if you'd like to leave some things on my Twitter. By the way, in my next Afterlife episode, I'm going to be doing a Q&A caving, so if you have questions, leave them there as well. But yeah, really liking how everything's turned out. It's a lot of the same, and what you're seeing is I'm doing this all by hand. And you're probably thinking, Duke, you're absolutely insane. There's better ways to do this. You could use World Edit. There's MC Edit. There's I don't know if voxel sniper is still something that people use. I don't know. I haven't really been involved in the creative building atmosphere or audience for a couple years now. Really, I've been surviving on survival for the majority of my time I play on the game. So there's that issue. But I like to keep it vanilla. If you guys know me, I like to keep things vanilla. I've only used one texture pack ever in a recording, and that was my B001, just because I felt like it allows me to feel like I'm still playing the same game. You know, if I wasn't using the texture pack, the builds would still look good enough. And that's the thing I hate about texture packs a lot, is if you use a texture pack that is so different from the normal vanilla Minecraft, you might be able to build something. Oh, why am I using these blocks down here? You might be able to build something that looks really good with the texture pack, but you take the texture pack off, it might not. It might look absolutely horrible, and that's just because that's how texture packs work. They changed the game enough so that you have different views about certain things. I don't know. We'll see. I might be rambling on a bit too much, but one more thing is I've sort of trying to figure out where I want this to end. Obviously, there's a nice bit of cutoff right here where it turns into dirt. Over here, though, it's a little bit difficult, so what I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to use this Y right here. What are we at? 95. So everything at 95 or higher will be the concrete. Anything else, it's just going to stay stone for now. And I don't mean it's going to stay stone forever. I'd like to incorporate this, turn this into something else, maybe a different color. Rather than the black looking dark gray that we have here, I could invert the colors in other places. I could turn them into something else. I don't know. There's a lot of potential, a lot to do, and I'm really excited to, continue working on this series. So, hope you guys enjoyed episode 1. I feel like, we made a nice bit of progress, and even though it is hand by hand, and I may go insane working on this, we've done a lot. So, there's that, and I really like how everything's turning out. Like I said, if you have any idea of what a story behind this place could be, a little bit of a lore maybe, I don't know. And are we going to build villages? Is it just going to stay strictly biome for a certain period of time? I think at the beginning I should transform every biome into something in the near area. I don't know if I want to go too far that way. I definitely want to get this area in a completely different sort of biome. I want to transform that, and maybe that island right there. That is an island, isn't it? Yes, it is. So that'll be easy to do. So yeah, I mean, look, it almost looks kind of natural. That's the thing I like about the concrete. Is it works. It doesn't feel like it stands out too much. I mean, definitely this is like a unique biome. You'd never see this in vanilla. And it looks really good in that respect. But regardless, I think I'm going to wrap up the episode right here, guys. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a like. And if you're new to the channel or the series, be sure to subscribe. But this has been Duke. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.